So after that bit of machining, I guess it's just time now to stick the exhaust on. And here are, the first thing I want to put on is new exhaust gaskets here. So I'll just put a little smear of grease on them and just get them into place. It doesn't show on the manual here, but you know, you can see that there's this face and then there's a flatter face here. You know, you see the difference? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the flat face against the cylinder head. And that way, if I apply a little bit of grease on there, I can just put that in, and that should stick okay. So I'll just do that now. Here's one here. Put a wee bit of, you know, just a wee bit of grease to hold it. You're not, you know what I mean? You're not going bananas with it or anything, you know. So let's just see if that just goes like that. Okay. And we'll just do the same with them all. So as you can see, they're all in position there. And the next thing I want to do is I'm just going to put a little smear of copper grease around each of these studs here, because they're notorious, you know what I mean, for well, they take a lot of weather. Not that this bike will be used in bad weather, but anyway, it's good practice to make sure that whenever it comes to undo the nuts of these at any stage, you can get them off, and copper grease is a great product for that. So you're really only just putting just a wee drop of copper grease around those studs, just to safeguard you when it comes to removing them. And I'm going to be using, you know, I have stainless steel replacements here, you know, for the old stock ones. So they'll be going on, and I want to get the exhaust on next. And I have, it's a Black Widow exhaust, and I have numbered, the kind of more or less are self-explanatory anyway, but I have numbered the, you know, the headers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So I had finished these. This is a Black Widow exhaust, and it's stainless steel, but I have opted to do it in black, and it's like a black barbecue paint. I'm just looking to see if I've got any more on the shelf there that I could show you. I will do in a wee minute or two. But anyway, I have obviously got the exhaust flanges here tied up with a couple of cable ties, obviously, so that they don't come down and scratch my new exhaust. So I'll just offer this up. This is number 1, as you can see where I numbered it there, and it will just go up in there like that. Okay, that just stays there for 1 second while I just get this little stainless steel nut on there. And the other one. And I've obviously got a cloth here to keep my hands from leaving any greasy or marks on the exhaust finish, you know, that I have applied, you know, so that it doesn't. Right. When you're doing these, just leave that loose like that. You know, that'll be over there. But you just leave that loose, those exhausts loose, and you don't do those up to the last. All right. So the next thing I want to put on, now, even though I've just got one pipe on there, I want to put this collector box on here next, and I have put a couple of bits of blue roll in there to tell me, to remind me which is the top and which is the bottom. I mean, because it looks identical. Well, this is the way I took it off. This was all numbered and labeled whenever you buy the exhaust new from Black Widow. But anyway, when I removed it, I just wanted to remind me of that. So I can take those out, and this here will just, that'll be the next thing I can do. Just put that in there like that. Okay. Okay, so you can clearly see here that numbers 1 and 2 headers are in, and you can see where they go in that collector box there, one above the other. And one would think that, well, the next thing you do obviously is put in number 3, but you don't. You actually put in the next one you would be putting in would be number 4, because number 4 is a short one like this, and it goes to the top. Okay, it goes into the top port there. If you were to put number 3 in, 3 would go in here, and you wouldn't be able to get number 4 in. So you've got to put number 4 in first, and then put number 3 in last. All right. Okay, so do you see what I mean there? You've got 1, 2, and 4, and then 3 is there. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, and I just want to emphasize, everything is loose. Them nuts are just, they're just on there and no more. All right. And the next thing is we want to do is to take this scissor jack out, because the link pipe might not miss that there. So let's just take that out now. Okay. All right, so we're putting the link pipe on now. You see these little hooks here? They obviously have to line up straight with those. So we can just put that on there like that, you know, and know that when we put that on there, we're confident that whenever we put that on there like that, we're in the right place. Okay, so the last thing I want to put on here is this muffler, this beautiful carbon fiber muffler, and I have my adapter already in it and all, and everything should be fine. So I want to put my exhaust hanger on, and then just slide that into place like that. And you're just lining that up there so that that hook and that is straight. And then you're putting the I've already got like a little aluminium washer that I made. So you're putting that on there like that. And you're just putting that wee acorn nut on, just to sort of hold it in place until we just check that everything is fine and everything's fully home, and that'll be that. So everything's fine, everything seems to be seated, fully home, and pushed into place. There doesn't seem to be any issues with anything. So the next thing is we want to put is these springs in place before we tighten anything up. And these are Black Widow ones. So I've got this little tool here, this little hook for installing them. So you're just doing that, and you're doing that there. It's sad whenever you want the Black Widow writing up even on the springs, but that's just me. And then the other one goes there. You still see that okay? All right. Do the same on the other side. Just bring that down so that it's right. Do the same on the other side, and then do the muffler. Okay, so one final check to do is you're wanting the opening of this here, this outlet here, to be perfectly in the right position. And you see this hole here, this is usually where the DB killer goes in and there's a bolt goes up there. So you're wanting that kind of to be pointing straight down. And then that should mean that the hook for there and there should line up. Now these might be a bit of a stretch because, you know, this is a longer distance here than it is in the rest of the pipe on account of it being a different pipe and me making the adapter and everything like that. And if it is, I'll have to get longer springs, but we'll try and get them on and see how it goes. It might be a bit of a pull here, but I'll try my best. I'll try my best, you know. As I say, if they look like they're not right, I'll replace them with the proper ones. Okay, so yeah, it is a wee bit. Oh, that's a heck of a pull there. But they're on, or that's on anyway. I'll do the other one. And that'll be it all done then. Just then you can tighten up the bolts on the header. All right, so let's see, get that on there like that. Yeah, that's it. Now just tighten up the bolts at the header and we're done. Okay, so I just nip them up here first with this screwdriver and this attachment, keeping the exhaust pulled as far over this way as it can, you know, so that it, you know, I've got a good bit of clearance. And it also says on the manual that they are 34 Newton meters, but there's no way. I'm not tightening them anything like that. I'll do them about 20 and that'll do it. As I say, I just keep going from one to the other and just nipping these up a bit at a time, each one, you know, and until those gaskets and exhaust headers are fully, you know, seated. So you're just going from one to the other, working your way along and keeping the pressure on the bottom there, just keeping it pulled away, the collector box away. Okay, that's that. That's nearly as much as I can get out of that with that screwdriver. I'm just checking to see if I've got the clearance there with that concourse pipe, with the exhaust pipe with a concourse pan and the little bottom link oil line, and I have. Okay, so I'll just do it first with 10 Newton meters and then work my way up. As I say, I don't think I'll be going any further than 20 Newton meters. Now I'll do 15 and just work my way along until I've reached 20. All right, so now we're up to 20 Newton meters. And I think that's more than enough. Imagine breaking one of them studs in the head now. Sure, it would be a nightmare. Okay, last thing to do is the bolt holding the exhaust can, and that's it. Okay, again, it says 34 Newton meters for that, but there's no way I'm doing 34 Newton meters. I'm doing 20. That's plenty. That's plenty. Not sure. I might get shorter or longer springs than those. They're good and tight, you know. But then again, they might be fine, you know. Anyway, I'll just show you this exhaust. Okay, so here's the exhaust from the left-hand side. And as you can clearly see here as I come down, I'm running a Concourse oil pan. You would have seen all that on the engine build videos. And I'm running a bottom oil line. I'll just show you. This bottom oil line here, it's much shorter than stock. There it is. And you can clearly see just how much clearance I've got, which is quite a bit more than I did before. I'm very happy with that. There. Very happy with that. Much happier than I was before. Okay guys, so I think it's time we all got a good look at this exhaust. Now that it's all on. A couple of little things I just want to mention just before I wrap this video up. And that is that I just want to clarify that the internal diameter of this adapter is actually 51 millimeters and not 52, which I might have said once or twice, but that's the size of it. Internally, it's 51 millimeters to suit this link pipe of the Black Widow exhaust. The other thing is that, yeah, I've made a decision and ordered 2 replacement springs because there's far too much of a stretch on those. As you can see, I've ordered 2 85 millimeter Acroprovic springs, and that's because the distance between there on that hook and there is actually 20 millimeters longer than it is between there and there. Now, all these springs in this whole system are 65 millimeters long, and given that is 20 millimeters shorter than it is between there and there, 85 mil springs will be perfect for that. So, yeah, those will be here in the next day or two. And so there it is. You can see it right along there. And yeah, I think it was definitely the right decision to do it that satin black finish. And speaking of satin black finishes, as promised, here is the paint that I actually used. It's plastic coat barbecue satin black paint. It's very high temperature, and it's got a lovely silky feel to it on the finish. And it's the that's actually the same paint that I used whenever I done the Kirker pipe on my 2005 ZRX. So there it is. There it is. You can get a real good look at that there. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks very much for all your support and all your comments, and for tuning in each time. Plenty more to come. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye.